Welcome to What's Up, Doc, a podcast by Marymount Wellness Centers in Fort Collins, Colorado, hosted by Dr. John L. Bender, MD, Fellow of the American Academy of Family Physicians and CEO of Marymount Wellness Centers. Our mission at Marymount is to empower your communities and yourself to achieve healthcare and wellness aspirations anywhere in life.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of What's Up, Doc. I'm your host, Dr. John Bender. With me is my sidekick from Toledo, Ohio, Janessa Visconti. So Janessa, it's summertime and people are on the move. Folks are losing weight, they're looking good. They don't want to lose the momentum of their weight loss program. And now it's time to travel and they have concerns about getting through TSA or traveling with their medication. And so Janessa, I would love to hear from you. And so what are your thoughts?
So today we're going to talk about how to travel with GLP-1 medications such as semaglutide and tirzepatide, what precautions are necessary when storing this semaglutide and tirzepatide. It is crucial for the effectiveness of this medication to keep it cold. If you're going on a road trip, I recommend that you take a lunchbox and put some ice packs in it to make sure that it stays in a nice, cold, dark area. And if you are flying somewhere, bring the medication with you in your carry-on so we can make sure that it's in the right pressure. To make sure that your semaglutide or tirzepatide are in their original packaging when you bring it through TSA, ensure they are labeled with your full name, healthcare provider's name, and the name of your medication along with the exact dosage. Depending on how long you will be gone for example, if you're going to be gone for only a week, don't worry about bringing it with you. I recommend that you just take a shot the day that you leave and then the day that you return. And then if you're going to be gone longer, I recommend that you purchase a medication cooler from Amazon that is TSA approved. Here's what you're going to need to keep in mind for smooth security check. Present your medication separately from your liquids to avoid being subject to the 3-1-1 liquids rule. Opt for screening by X-ray instead of potential hand inspection for your medication is not sensitive to such procedures. Notify the officer that you cannot have your medication x-rayed so that they provide alternative screening methods. Security officers are required to handle medications with gloves. If manual inspection is necessary, so ensure they follow proper protocol to maintain cleanliness. Now let's talk about traveling with gel packs. If you're using them to keep your semaglutide cool, they're subject to screening. Here's what you should do. Make sure your gel packs are properly labeled as medically necessary. Keep your cooling packs partially frozen. If they are completely thawed, they could be subject to additional screening. By following these guidelines, you'll navigate airport security with ease. It's all about keeping your necessary medication with you while ensuring compliance with airport regulations.
Outstanding. So Janessa, I do have some clarifying questions here. You mentioned, I'm so glad you did, that going through TSA, you want the medication in its original container with that prescription instructions written on the bottle. If you just drop a couple syringes and throw them in your gel pack, it is likely to get confiscated. Those officers aren't going to know what that medicine is. But when it's in its originally labeled container and it has the prescription information on it with your name that matches your travel pass, that is going to work. Also, for international travel, according to the manufacturer, this medicine can be left out of the refrigerator for up to 7 days. Now, we don't recommend that because we want you to have the maximum potency possible, but it is realistic that you could take a several-hour trip to Cancun, let's say, and then once you arrive at your hotel, place the medicine into the refrigerator. Be warned that many countries, particularly like Europe, there are not refrigerators in the hotel rooms, so you will have to make arrangements to store it elsewhere. That may cause a little bit more risk if you're traveling. And then finally, if you just absolutely cannot make arrangements to travel with your medication, we do advise you take your shot as close as possible to your departure time and immediately upon your return. And if you do gain a few pounds, no worry, your medication will hopefully get you back on your glide slope within a couple of weeks after your trip. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Janessa, that was outstanding. Until next time at What's Up, Doc, have a blessed day.